So we're breaking down crazy wisdom one trick at a time. This trick is actually a line. We filmed it on March 21st, 2022, and it's a 3-kicker line right under the Venice sign. Dude, I'm rhyming right now.
Don't you love when that happens?
I love it. Yeah, so this spot is super special because it's a just everyday spot. Like you walk by it every day if you live in Venice. It's right next to Great White. It's right next to Giusta Grocer. It's right next to the Venice sign, Giotti. It's right next to everything. It's right next to the skate park. So if you've been to Venice, you've probably walked by this bus stop and you've probably seen these squiggly bike racks and been like, what? Those are squiggly. That's sick. I'm like, yeah, bro. Squiggly. Yes, sir. How many jump ramps is he carrying? That's the question.
Some Transformer stuff going on.
Oh my god.
Secret projects.
This is Danny. Danny the artist. He's kind of like the man. Willie Dan. Yeah, Willie Dan. Willie Dan. No, but we got projects, and Dan is a partner, artistic partner. You know, we're collaborating. Like my art is more based on like things that I do, and then it appears and disappears in moments. His art actually exists in physical reality, and like remains before it returns to dust in which it came.
Very poetic.
Thanks. So one of the coolest things about this trick is the ramps, the 3-kicker ramps, made by Danny. Danny's just the best, Danny the artist. He makes these ramps and out of scrap wood that he finds around town, and then the city destroys them every Thursday. It's just so random. He has a funny story of building this ramp, and I think it was a spine, and he was trying to skate it late at night, and the city was coming with their wreckers, and they were trying to destroy it, but he was like, no! And he goes for it, and he's like pushing full speed at it, and then hits a crack and like slams. And then as he's on the ground, like from the slam, the vehicle, I haven't seen it happen myself. I think it's one of those ones where they scoop up dirt or something and they smash the obstacles and then take the scrap wood. But he said he just slammed and the guy like go over and starts smashing the ramp. Like, it's pretty intense. Like this is reality out here. So Danny is a genius. He's an artistic genius, and you guys know what Russian dolls are, right? If I say Russian dolls, they're like the dolls that you open one up and there's another smaller doll inside, and you open that up and it's another. These are Russian kickers. They're 3 kickers that fit snug. You slide them in, they're snug into each other. So you can store them as one kicker. Like, that's just freaking genius. Everybody should have one of those. And Danny did have one until the city destroyed it. Or 3, I guess. So you'll see in the video, I'm skating on my board with a kicker, but it's actually 3 kickers. I'll take the cheese first. Yo, what's up? So like we first show up at the spot, and we're unloading the kickers, sliding them out from each other, and Shani's there. Like, all the way from Switzerland, he's coming into town to film freaking his 9 Club episode. Like, what are the coincidences? Oh, wait, we're under the Venice sign. Everybody's there, dude. If you're in Venice, you're there. That's one of the funnest things about skating out front of Mollusk on that curb is like, it's a transient spot. People aren't sitting there all the time. People are like moving. So you see a lot of people, and they don't linger. They're just like, oh hey, oh hey. But dude, when it's someone like Shani, you're like, dude, linger, please. Like, don't run off. Usually you're going somewhere when you're there.
Are you gonna skate? Oh, you're gonna skate both of them.
All three. Look.
Holy shit! Did you skate it yet?
No, you got here just in time.
We're about to go film his 9 Club right now, so yeah.
This just makes the whole thing so much cooler. Like, I'm doing all this illegal stuff, like bringing out ramps and stuff, like skate illegal, not
Skate illegal.
not city illegal. But then a big inspiration for that, right, is like ban this when they have or I forget what video exactly it is, where they have the big jump ramp on their boards and they're pushing it to the park in San Francisco, and then they put it down, they do all the launches.
Yeah.
Like, that's totally the vibe. But instead of putting the jump ramp on the board this way, it's just, oh! It's like trying to rebirth that stuff, you know?
I
Just
love
like,
that.
Yeah. This spot is so cool because it's so basically, like, so in your face, right? There's the one thing about finding a spot that's perfect to skate, and then there's finding a spot that everybody's gonna walk by and you can skate it, you know? It's like, and the ground there is not perfect. It's so unpredictable, and there's big chunks missing in different spaces. So a lot of the trick is like maneuvering the ground. You can see after I land the lip slide on the make, after I land the lip slide, I land, and then I immediately have to swerve around this like whole kind of deep crack with like super rough cement. But it's super subtle, it's just like, but if you look, it's like, damn, you would have died if you didn't do that. It's kind of like the one place where getting hit by a bus would be kind of mellow. They're just so slow. But those squiggly rails, man, they're funny. They're not like this. They're like straight, squiggle straight.
Homie's gonna ask him to move.
Is there any way you might mind just pulling up a little? Because he's like a pro skater. He's just trying to land this. Oh man, and then getting the speed, bro. I had to move that Swiss cheese kicker so far back because I had to, like, to have the right speed to be able to make it onto the bus bench. It was like huge gap in. I kept having to move the kicker back and back and back. And those bus benches, if you're not in LA, you're probably not so familiar with them. I don't know where else they have them. But the top is like a plastic lid that you flip up, and then if you flip it up, you can change out the advertisements. So it's like a plastic thing, and there's about this much space between the plastic and the top of the bench, so it squishes down when you're on it. It's not the fastest material, especially for grinding. It's not the fastest. So actually, a lot of wax was required for it. It's like kind of a slower plastic. Soft and soggy.
Because it's hollow.
Yeah. It'd be good for like a tail slide. But luckily I have board rails. But dude, the space in between the obstacles is so tight for the speed that you need to go in order to make it up.
That's what I was noticing when she started to actually try it. It was, you basically had to do the trick, land ready for the next one, do the trick, land ready for the next one.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't like stand up and resituate really.
Right. You had to do the trick, land ready for the next one, straight into it. And then, yeah, that last rail, I really wanted to do anything but a 50-50, but 50-50 just worked.
Oh, yeah! Now you know it's possible.
Yeah.
It's getting there. Now you know it's possible. I don't know if I can leave yet.
That's like, what are you?
I thought you were about to hit this rail. I was like, what?
What's up, G? How you doing?
Doing good, man.
Chilling? Good to see you, bro.
Good to see you too, man.
So what are you thinking, Andy?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, move it closer. You know, that's what I think. Because if you go that slow, you can snap it and get on there. You know.
Here, wait, what's that look like, though?
You want to see it?
No. I want to. What is it? Can't English. Don't make me. It's so exciting making that and just hopping out. I wasn't super satisfied with it because it was 50-50 on the last one. I wanted to do something more extravagant. But the vibe exploded when I landed. Everyone was like, whoa! And then they all kind of went back to their regular lives. And I was like, even if I do it better, like, if there's not that, whoa, it just doesn't carry the same
Always
energy.
leave the party while you're having fun.
Yeah, right? That was the one. Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't die.
Nope.
I was really like anticipating a bail on that bench.
Gonna survive another day.
So sick.
Dude, moving that one on the end up.
Later, Bo. Love you. Peace out. Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Later, Jordan.
I'll see you around.
I knew once we got that, I was like so happy. I was like, that was so sick.
Yeah.
You know, like the tricks were cool, but to see how happy everyone was and that type of energy is just so important for a piece.
So important.
So important. That hype is so real, you know?
Yeah, like, it's tough to stop sometimes when you have all of the momentum from, like, it takes a lot to warm up to do a line like that.
Mm-hmm.
So once you are warmed up, you're kind of like, let's not stop now, because if we got to do this tomorrow, it's going to be, yeah, it's all got to line up. So then I'm like, okay, we're here now. Let's try more stuff. Let's get it out. And then it's like, nope. Well, let's try single trick. Rick Rubin has a great quote where he says, sometimes you got to go past the mark to know that you found the mark.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Especially when you have that creative energy and you're figuring out where it's supposed to go or what you're supposed to create. It's like if you have the energy, that's why every time you want to keep filming, you know? Unless you're like, I could tell when you're like dying.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, Andy, you got to stop.
Yeah.
But it's like you had so much energy. I was like, yeah, let's keep filming. Then you almost
died.
killed me. Yeah, he almost killed us both.
Yeah, bro.
And then we're like, okay, Andy, we're done.
Yeah, then we started going for the single tricks, right? I was like, there's something more here.
Yeah.
I'm unsatisfied. We got the 5-0, but like fitting that 5-0 in after the line would just be so much harder than just doing the 5-0. I gotta like give myself that.
Yeah. And that was like the cool thing about working with Benny. Benny's the master editor.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? So giving him all of our hard work, we just got to like enjoy what he created. And I was so I just remember that energy being right here in this room with you, watching that first rough edit and just freaking out.
Well, kind of over trying to get a single trick on this thing. It's really gnarly.
Yeah. Those couple of slams we got will show everyone.
Yeah. No, that's actually good to get the slam clips.
To show.
Yeah. I'm so glad I didn't slam on the bus bench because that thing's sackable even on the bench side. But no, I'm stoked. Danny came through with the kickers. They were absolutely perfect. The other day we took him to the park and destroyed him a little bit, so he reinforced this one and we fixed that one up. But you know, when I start bleeding, I start questioning things.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a needle point cut.
That was almost 2 slams in a row.
Yeah, that was kind of whack.
Yeah.
So I'm over trying to extra this.
Cool.
We did the hardest thing possible, which is getting the line. Anybody can come here with one kicker.
Yeah.
But also these interviews right after the skate session are interesting because my brain is kerfuffled. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we talk again later tonight.
We'll see.
I'm over it. We did it. This guy, Bo, not only does he maintain the spots, but he kicked out all the bussers. Honestly, like, the buses was a big issue coming up. And then they would stop there for like 10 minutes, and right as I'm getting my adrenaline up, Bo comes up, knocks them out of there. And then people are coming up, I can't see around the corner, crowd control. And then you literally controlled the crowd.
Yeah,
made a
positive
crowd.
vibe shield around the surf shop,
Yeah.
around the zone.
Mollusk, represent. Venice sign, point of reference.
Makes it pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. We really appreciate it.
No worries. Happy to do it.
I just love this clip because it really is, especially with Shani and Kelly Hart showing up, in addition to Bo from Mollusk and the whole Mollusk scene being there, and the pedestrians, and Vincent rolled through. Vincent, the guy who's always flying out huge at the bowl and stuff, like, he was there, like, throughout the day. You just saw so many locals, so many people that live there, so many people that are really part of my everyday life out here.
Real Venice vibes.
Yeah, and man, it's like if you're busing into town to skate the park or something, you get off the bus and you walk right through there. It's like, you know that spot. If you know Venice, you know that spot.
Dope. I know that was important to you for this piece, was to capture a lot of the Venice vibe.
Yeah, because this is where it all started, man.
You've been a huge supporter of it, so.
This is where all the... I feel like you initiate things here in Venice, and then they go around the world, you know? And you can take something that was initiated here somewhere else, and it's fresh in that new place. But to do something that's fresh for Venice is what I really wanted to do.
Yeah, it's becoming more rare and harder to do, right? So much has been done.
Yeah, you got to push it. You got to go to the things that everybody's already skated and do something that hasn't been done. And that was the... Because I could do these tricks at spots that people don't know, and then it's hard to gauge how difficult it actually was. But when it's a spot that you can relate to, you walk by it, you've smelt the air, you know, then it's so much more cerebral.
Yep.
The other thing was the Rector gloves, dude. I'm wearing Rector gloves in this clip, which is
It's the
so
only.
sick.
Is it the only clip in the whole part that you did?
I think so.
Why? Okay, this is a good time to ask because I've been wondering this for a while. Why did you stop?
So I started wearing gloves a million years ago because my hands would always split open.
Yeah.
Chad Musk had the same issue.
I forgot about that.
He used to do the gardening glove because your hands just like constantly like.
I remember there's so many times us filming now, there's at least like 10 different clips in my videos of your palm just like, that big patch just bloop.
Yeah, it just comes right off.
Yeah.
So I always wore fingerless gloves, and then Barrier Cult, Dear Man of Dark Woods, he wore the Rector gloves, man. And the Rector, if you don't know what Rector is like, they were like the hot pad company of the 80s, and they made all the sickest skate pads, like Rector Riot Streetwear. It's just so sick, bro. So Skull Skates provided me with a collection of like all these vintage Rector gloves. But you asked, why did I stop wearing them? So this day I had a huge cut on my hand. That's why I was wearing them. And they're just great for that. But I stopped wearing Rector gloves because I stopped tearing my palm open.
It just finally healed?
You know why my palm was opening all the time? Dehydration.
Oh.
Took me years and years and years and years and years. If my body's hydrated, my skin sticks and stays on. But if I'm dehydrated, it like starts to separate and then just comes right off.
That's freaking crazy, dude.
And if it falls off and then I start drinking a ton of water, it'll heal way quicker.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, your whole Olympic journey taught me a lot about water consumption and how to drink it properly. And, you know, I've always been kind of a guzzler.
Yeah.
And you taught me, like, just drink it slow. It's way
Sips.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've gotten
wild.
way better at that.
Because your body can only absorb so much and the rest just goes to your stomach.
Yeah, and then that messes your whole stomach balance up.
Yeah.
And then that's why people end up bloated and all these weird problems because they're drinking way too quick.
Dude, the amount of lessons I learned from training for the Olympics is insane. Like, if anything, if only one thing I could share from all of that experience, it'd be like, look up Jim Lehr, like Lehr or something. Bro, he wrote the book on mental toughness training that Sean was coaching me out of, and he's just done so much for so many different sports, and his philosophy is a philosophy that I back.
Good.
Okay, wrapping up on the 3-kicker line. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Shanny. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Bo. Thank you, Mollusk Surf Shop. Thank you, Great White. Thank you, frickin' Venice Sign. Thank you, Abbott Kinney. Dude, it's such a sick spot, man. And like, I love conquering spots. Maybe conquering is not the right word, but like taming.
Opening.
Yeah, I love opening spots that are near my geographic location, so I can just walk by them and it's like, yeah.
I skated that.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. I dealt with a whole array of human emotions here. Dude, Alexis Sablone said it so well. Most people, when they're out in the street, are wearing some sort of mask that hides them from showing their true emotions. And then they go home where it's private and they can go through gnarly stuff, right? And we see homeless people as crazy people because they're screaming and shouting and stuff. But you'd probably look pretty crazy if people could just walk into your living room and you're like going through a rough part of your life, experiencing stuff, you know? So skaters are on the side of like experiencing hard times, strife, and real struggle, achievement, overcoming things. Things that make you want to laugh, things that make you cry, things that make you so mad you can't even believe it, in full public display. And in this case, like at a bus stop where like people are literally waiting for the bus. And it takes a layer of like ego loss, right? To kind of hold yourself together through all of it.
Yeah, to just like push it off.
Yeah.
Like it's not there.
Like it's not there. But you got to acknowledge that it is there.
Yep.
It's not blocking it out. But it's like, what's that Napoleon Hill quote? It's like the optimist sees the donut but not the hole, and the pessimist sees the hole but not the donut. But in reality, there's the donut and the hole.